Alrighty guys, we're back for some Danitha mid-range, and this is a Wilds of Eldraine standard brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks, entity decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do get that Discord link as well as that Patreon link down in the description if you're interested in joining either of those up. Okay, what do we got packed into the build here? Danitha, Benalia's Hope is a 5-mana 4/4 legendary creature. It's rocking Burst Strike, Vigilance, Lifelink. Nice. When it ETBs, you may put an aura or equipment card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield attached to Danitha. Beautiful build around card. It's about time I revisited it, huh? So what do we got in here that we wouldn't mind attaching to Danitha? A ton of stuff, like Cloudsteel Kirin is a 3-mana 3/2 flying. It's an artifact creature equipment. It has a reconfigure for 5 mana, so that's a pretty steep cost. That's why we wouldn't mind getting this free on that Danitha, right? So equipped creature has flying, and you can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. Nice. Pretty cool combo there. And we also have cards like Draconic Destiny. This is a 3-mana aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has flying and haste, and for 1 mana, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It's a dragon in addition to its other types, and when enchanted creature dies, return Draconic Destiny to its owner's hand. Pretty sick aura that we just don't get to see enough of, huh? So more stuff that we wouldn't mind attaching to the Danitha. Cards like Heroes Heirloom also will give Danitha haste. This is a 2-mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+1. As long as the equipped creature is legendary, it has trample and haste. Nice. Now we have other legendaries in here too that wouldn't mind the Hero's Heirloom being attached to it, but we'll go over those in a second because I want to start with the Rabbit Battery, also just another way to give haste to that Danitha. So 1 mana 1/1, it has haste, equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has haste, reconfigure for 1 red mana. Some of the legendaries that, of course, Hero's Heirloom will work with is Kellan the Fae-Blooded. This is a 3-mana 2/2 double strike. Other creatures you control get +1/+0 for each aura and equipment attached to Kellan the Fae-Blooded. Nice, pretty good ability, but it also has an adventure side here. Birthright Boon is a 2-mana sorcery. Search your library for an aura or equipment card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Very nice, guys, especially since this can help us find some removal, like Ossification, rocking all 4 of them in here. Hopefully our 14 basic lands is going to be enough to at least see one of them every game, so that way we don't have any issues with Ossification. I do think the 14 basics will be enough, but we'll see, huh? We also have more kind of sort of removal with Candletrap. It's always done really well in my mid-range builds, and I think it's going to do well again today too as a 1-up. So it's a 1-mana aura. Enchanted creature has Defender. Nice, just takes a big creature out of the equation, right? Now, of course, like, it doesn't do great against cards like Sheoldred, which Sheoldred is just going to continuously have that effect anyways. But yeah, taking something out of the equation from the attack is pretty good. And in this build, I think we can get that Coven relatively easy as well, so. More creatures in here, guys. We got a couple of Skrelvs to help protect our creatures. If we get like the Danitha combo with the Cloudsteel Kirin, then we would like that protection on the Skrelv in case they find spot removal for Danitha. More protection for that Danitha. We have all 4 Plaza of Heroes in here as well. And I suppose this could be your dual land of choice as well. So over here in the honorable mentions, I have Battlefield Forge, of course. But I do think the Plaza of Heroes is going to come in handy often. And hopefully, yeah, we protect some like key creatures and stuff with the Plaza of Heroes. More cards packed in. We have Witch's Mark. This is a 2-mana sorcery. You may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. Nice. A little bit of card draw. Create a Wicked Roll token attached to up to 1 target creature you control. And the Wicked Roll is just an aura, and then enchanted creature gets +1/+1, and when this aura is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. So putting that aura onto something like Kellan could be really good, but also you can feel free to go ahead and discard important equipment or important auras because you can eventually bring it back with that Danitha and just have those attached to it. So that could be really cool. Have the Irencrag for a little bit of ramp. It is a mid-range style build here, but also it has that equipment bottom ability here. So it's a 2-mana legendary artifact. You can tap it for a colorless. Whenever a legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may have the Irencrag become a legendary equipment artifact named Everflame Hero's Legacy. If you do, it gains equip for 3, and equipped creature gets +3/+3, and the Irencrag loses all other abilities. Yeah, in a deck like this, I think this is going to be absolutely terrific. Now, outside of removal with like Ossification and stuff, we do have Rebel Salvo in here too, all 4 of them. 3 mana, instant speed, affinity for equipment, so I do think it's going to be really easy to get this down to 1 mana in this build. So Rebel Salvo deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Nice. Sometimes you just really got to do 5 damage to something. Shieldred. That permanent loses indestructible until end of turn as well. A beautiful piece of removal, guys. Oh my, is that everything? All right. No. We got Astor, Bearer of Blades as a 1-of here. Another legendary creature too. So it's a 4 mana 4/4. And when Astor, Bearer of Blades, enters the battlefield, you look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal an equipment or vehicle card. We don't have vehicles in here, but still, from among them, and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Equipment you control have equip for 1. Nice. Now, vehicles you control have crew for 1. Just thought I'd read it since it was on the card, right? As far as the dual land, rocking the Sundown Pass, we do have a Restless Bivouac over here too, and of course, Crucible, Defiance, Seat of the Empire also made the cut this time. Some more honorable mentions over here. I thought about Hammerhand. I think that would pair well with the Danitha as well. Thought about Thran Power Suit too, and we also thought about Dragon Wing Glider, but not this time round, so. Okay, guys, is that everything already? Yeah, relatively easy one to go over, huh? Let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. Alrighty, guys, what am I expecting from the build? I don't even know why I ask that question anymore. My expectations are always wrong. You know what? I'm expecting jank, but I'm expecting a fun time at the very least, so. Well, we have a turn 1 Skrelv. Okay, we'll keep this. Chance of seeing an untapped source off the top too, so. Yeah, we're gonna go for Skrelv instead of Sundown Pass here. If we don't see an untapped source, it's fine. It's a little slow, but oh, untapped source, let's go. Probably right into the Irencrag then, right? Witch's Mark isn't bad, I guess. Now we should go ramp. And we'll get that swing too, because there's no creatures for Skrelv to protect out there. Get the Toxic Ball rolling, huh? I don't think they're gonna get 10 poison counters this game, but you never know. Ossification. Hey. Already have that 4 mana, and we're ready for that Danitha too. I guess right into Astor, right? That little bit of ramp from the Irencrag going a long way here. We're gonna decline. See what we see. Oh, we don't see anything with the Astor. Oh no. Oh no, guys, we have plenty of equipment in here, but I guess with all the other creatures and auras too, Astor has a good chance of missing, huh? Not a good chance, but yeah, you guys know what I mean. There's a reason why he's a 1-of in here, I guess. Invasion. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, we're in trouble. What do you guys think? Is it going to be a board wipe next turn? We're fine. We're fine, guys. We're totally fine. I'm going to decline this again. And get that rabbit battery down, of course. Swing for 9. If it is a board wipe, at least we'll have rabbit battery still. If we would have activated... Oh, Leyline Binding takes the Danitha. Could be Leyline Binding number 2 take the Astor as well. Yep, Leyline Binding number 2. Okay. Okay, we still have rabbit battery. That matters, guys. We're probably... Oh my goodness, we no longer have rabbit battery. And the Stomper comes down ready to block as well. Okay, well, that's a lot to deal with, huh? What do we do? It didn't have to be a board wipe for that turn, huh? Just 3 pieces of spot removal. I suppose we start with Witch's Mark. No. I guess we'll get Rabbit Battery down. It's something. It's something, guys. And we'll ditch the Plaza. Oh. Rebel Salvo, except we used all the red sources, and the Plaza doesn't help us there. Crap. Okay, well... Yeah, Rebel Salvo, we could have gotten rid of Stomper and swung on in. Virtue of Persistence. Draw a card off of the Beanstalk. There's not too much for them to pick up from the grave, though. But they're taking their time. They're thinking about flipping that. Oh, yeah, we actually just got to let them because we can't lose the Rabbit Battery here. The game is pretty loud coming out of my speakers. I'm going to try to turn this down real quick if I can reach. Okay. Another Plaza. Eee. That's not something we want to see. Not with all these red sources chilling. Draconic Destiny. As long as this isn't a third leyline binding, that's pretty gross, huh? And we're at 25 too, so we can take a couple turns of punishment. All right. Let's see. It doesn't feel like it's removal. Guys, we might actually... I guess they could always wait till after we plug all this mana in. But, like, we have a chance. Yeah, opponent's down to 6, dude. Okay. Worst case, of course. Okay, more life gain. Uh-oh. Worst case scenario, of course, is just them dropping Atraxa, because how do we get around that, you know? Rebel Salvo not being able to actually hit it. They take our Rabbit Battery here. They can give Atraxa haste with our Rabbit Battery, if that's what they see. Eiganjo! Oh no! Yeah, they can double ping the Rabbit Battery, gain a bunch of life back here, too. Oh, that's brutal, brutal stuff, huh? They're going back down to 12, and then Draconic Destiny comes back to our hand, which is really cool. Invasion, they can go ahead and flip that this turn too. Yeah, I think 5 colors ran away with it this time, guys. The 3 pieces of removal on the same turn definitely did us in, but we did the deck's thing, didn't we? We got the Danitha down. The ramp on the Irencrag was kind of ridiculous, wasn't it? Losing all of our legendaries early on there. Oh, wow. Yeah, they also gained with the swing on the Archangel because of the haste off the Rabbit Battery. Dude, that's brutal stuff, man. But still, our deck is still doing really cool things over here, isn't it? Really cool. Swing for 4. They have 12 on the board. They're going to gain the 4 back from the Archangel, but like, it's still worth it, right? And we'll attempt the Rebel Salvo next turn on the Archangel. Either way, oh my goodness, an Ossification. Oh my goodness, that felt like a lot of spot removal this game. 2 ley lines and 2 Ossifications. I guess it's not that much. Oh, and the adventure side of the Virtue of Persistence as well. Huh. Still just 5 pieces of spot removal. I guess that is a lot, isn't it? All right, let's go ahead. Let's pass it to them. We'll do the Rebel Salvo on their turn and definitely let them swing on in here. That was an overwhelming amount of force. Oh, also this is a 5/6 now because they attached 2 Rabbit Batteries to it. I wasn't even paying attention to that. I suppose the Awaken the Skyclave is better than the Stomper here to pick up. Good game, opponent. Woo! 5 color is brutal as ever. I haven't been having too many issues against 5 color though, you know, especially when we run the aggro builds. I think that sometimes we go way too fast for what they're trying to set up, you know what I mean? And you guys might be having the exact same experience, but as far as mid-range decks go, then we also have to figure out a way to go fast or somehow generate more value, but I don't know about generating more value against something that looks like that, right? So... Ooh, no white source. Okay, I guess we'll mulligan. Womp womp. I like everything else in the hand, though. Yeah, we'll mulligan. Danitha. Okay. Yeah, good. I think we get rid of a land here. 25 total land is what the deck should have. Untapped, untapped. I'm gonna ditch the... Actually, I'm gonna ditch the plains. Yeah, I think that's totally fine. So we have Plaza next turn to get the Heirloom down. Of course, we could keep Heirloom in hand to try to cast out for free off the Danitha, but I mean, while we have it, we might as well play it too, I suppose, right? The equip cost is 2, so we start with the swing. No, Rabbit Battery, Elspeth's Mite. Ah, that exiles as well, so can't pick it up with the Danitha ability. Yeah, if we don't play anything that turn and we just have like land and we're chilling with Danitha, okay, that's good. That's good. Guess it could be Elspeth's Smite number 2 though. We'll try it. Running face first. Oh, nice. Sometimes works out. Okay, they got a blue source on this board now. Yeah, that's scary, I'd say. Irencrag. Okay, that would have been a much better turn too. And we get that land down, we'll swing. Hopefully, if they kill the Rabbit Battery, they kill it and they don't exile it, because that would be perfect in the grave. It's gonna be a counterspell. Union of the Third Path. Wow, that brings them right back up to 19. Okay. We have the 5 mana for Danitha, but nothing to equip to it because it's either in hand or in the grave, not on the board, unfortunately. So we might still end up playing it anyways. Yeah, 4 mana open. Wandering Emperor exiles. That would be a shame. Maybe I should have kept that land in hand. We do have like the... We do have the cards that have us discard to draw more, but yeah, no. We do like having a lot of mana, because if we do see more mana next turn... I guess it depends. Wow, 3 gets through. I guess it was between Wandering Emperor and a counterspell, right? You know what? I'm not gonna play it. Call me crazy, guys, but Union of the Third Path, yep. I don't know what Danitha's gonna do there except get gobbled up by like a Sunfall or something, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel there's a balance to be had. And the balance for that turn was just getting the 3 damage through. Unfortunately, yeah, Union brings them back up pretty well. Kellan was a great draw, wow. Gonna be a counterspell for the Birthright Boon. I think what we end up grabbing here is something to give that Danitha haste, right? Oh, it's gonna actually land through. Ossification not doing too much. Yeah, I think Draconic Destiny. How do you guys feel about that? Attempt the Kellan or swing? I guess we swing. I guess we swing. We don't have enough mana to reconfigure the Hero's Heirloom. We could reconfigure the Rabbit Battery, but okay, they only have 1 land available now, so we go ahead and get the Kellan. So we could have went Kellan, pay the 1. Actually, do I do this now? Do I do this with the Irencrag? Maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, probably not. Probably not. I think the extra mana right now is going to be a little better, because if we see land off the top, might be able to do multiple things on the same turn, like equip that Heirloom to the Kellan and play Danitha for the turn, which would be disgusting, right? So, all right. Rebel Salvo, beautiful. That takes care of the Wandering Emperor if it lands. But also, so does a swing, but like, in a control style deck, yeah, some control decks, they don't got to do much to control the board state, do they? Just a couple unions makes us feel very far behind. I apologize, opponent. I am thinking, buddy. Because if Danitha gets countered, we're in trouble, dude. So actually, we would have preferred mana off the top to make sure we could attach the Hero's Heirloom to the Kellan on the same turn, right? But the Rebel Salvo is still a pretty good draw, so. Oh no. Oh no. Yes, okay, it's probably spot removal then, but still. Irencrag, should we do the Irencrag now? Okay, we'll take that action. I'm curious to see if we can actually have the Everflame do something this game too. You never know. I mean, Rebel Salvo is 1 now, since that's an equipment, so that's actually really cool, isn't it? Okay, Kellan does have... Oh, thank you, opponent. Now we can go base, go Wandering Emperor. And I think that's how we want to do it, because if they want to protect the Emperor, then they have to get rid of Kellan. Yeah, definitely gets rid of the Danitha, unfortunately. Now Draconic Destiny comes back to hand, which is really cool. I like that a lot. Rebel Salvo still cost 1 because the Draconic Destiny was an aura. Oh, the Hornlock Whale too. Wow. Okay. Well, you know what? While they only have 2 mana over there, I'm going to do this. Rebel Salvo. Oh my goodness, it's actually going to be a 2 mana counterspell too. No. Let's put it on top. I think Kellan's a great draw, regardless of how much that slows us down. We, like, Ossification could still grab that Wandering Emperor too.
Let your blade do the talk.
And we only have 5 mana because I went ahead and turned the Everflame. Or I went ahead and turned the Irencrag into Everflame, but... Yeah, the Hornlock Whale. Looking pretty good over there, man. Let's grab... Bro, I don't even know. Like, Ossification can take care of that Wandering Emperor at the very least. Which I suppose we should do before they start getting more value from it. But, like, now they have a board state, too, and we're not, like, playing creatures for the turn. We're in trouble, guys. We really are. Because if they go +1, I guess it's not too bad. I guess we use the mana on the Kellan to get a creature down, because we don't have guaranteed 6 mana for next turn if we want to do Destiny on the Kellan at the same time. Which is really good on that double strike, dude, and flying over their creatures is nasty. Yeah, like 1 turn of them getting a counter is fine. But then again, they were tapped out, so maybe that was the best time to play that Ossification. Ow, my face. What I appreciate about the Hornlock Whale is the fact that it helps end games for control players, man. Like, sometimes it's like they don't have anything that actually ends a game in. I actually really like this card. It's brutal stuff, but still. Yeah, we can also equip Everflame, which we just haven't been doing, man. It's pretty expensive to equip is the thing. Still have 2 mana open to play around and make disappear at the very least here. And we still have... Okay, it's a 3/3 double strike. Could go all out. Hero's Heirloom onto it. They dropped the nice again. Let's start with the swing, because they might play Wandering Emperor number 2, and then that's the one we pick up, I guess? I don't know. They have 9 damage on the board, too. A lot of tough decisions this game, because we've kind of felt behind since the very beginning. Like, they're still chilling. Yeah, they can easily take that 6 damage. Maybe even just play another Union of the Third Path, right? Alright, Ossification. Pick up that Wandering Emperor. That way they're not generating more creatures with it, or more counters for that matter, because yeah, we're getting dangerously close to death here. If they run out of removal, then next turn could just be like a GG, depending on what we see off the top. Oh, Hornlock Whale. Hey, good game, opponent. This is what I mean, though. I actually appreciate this card helping control decks round up a game here. Wow. Destroy target enchantment. You know what? That Destroy Evil really coming in handy. We haven't seen too much Destroy Evil recently. You know what? I kind of forgot about this card, man. We should probably have Destroy Evil in certain builds, right? Because there's a lot of enchantments floating about. like a lot of enchantments, right? And a lot of different builds. So that's actually beautiful. And both of their destroy evils hit their mark with 2 of the different clauses on that card. So dang, dude. Okay, wow. I probably shouldn't have flipped the Irencrag into the Everflame. I think the extra mana would have just been doing more, but by the time I got the extra creatures down, I was thinking, oh, well, next turn the Everflame can equip and potentially we can wrap up the game. Because that equip is pretty huge, and if you get it onto the Kellan and the Kellan's buffing the rest of your board like the Danitha, then like it can be big damage fast, but didn't work out that time. Okay, yes, because of that adventure side on Kellan, this is totally keepable, and we got that turn 1 Sundown Pass. I wouldn't mind seeing more red sources, but we can survive with 1 red source for now. Depending on what the opponent's playing, we might just end up grabbing like Ossification on turn 2 or something. Mountain. Mano. Yeah, probably Ossification is what we want to grab. Good thing we went first here, guys. That'll hopefully slow them down enough. This is sorcery speed, so... Oh, Danitha's in our hand, too. With Danitha in hand, our turn 3 is probably going to be Kellan. Let's grab the Cloudsteel. Let's try to get fancy with this match, huh? We have 4 mana total, a really good chance of drawing the 5th before the Danitha needs to come down, right? The Kellan that we just did the adventure on is going to come down and hopefully block a little bit well. And if it's just like mono red, a single Ossification doesn't do too much. So, say we get fancy. Rebel Salvo is also available, but a blocker on the ground might take burn away from our face. Yeah, if we get Danitha down with the Cloudsteel Kirin, then this is a 4/4 first strike vigilance lifelink. But maybe haste would be better against mono red. Yeah, there's some burn that's not on our face. Swinging for at least 4. 3rd mana comes down. Okay, it wasn't a squee for the turn. That's good. Nothing, actually, so more burn, most likely, I would say. There's our other red source, that's good. Could get a blocker with that, but no, I want to get fancy next turn with that Danitha. Maybe it should just be Rebel Salvo. Or maybe it should be Kellan again and pick up the Phoenix chick with Ossification. Yeah, that's probably fine. That's probably a fine play, right? Doesn't have to be Ossification. It could also be the Candletrap, but no, I'm pretty sure it's Ossification. And I guess red doesn't have too many ways to get rid of enchantment, so we'll pick up that Phoenix chick. Also, the extra counter on that's pretty brutal too. Maybe it should be Etching. No. I don't know. I was thinking Phoenix chick because if it ends up dying another way, then there's a small chance that they can bring it back, but also the flying could be painful too, but we're going to give flying to the Danitha. Swinging for 2. Opponent only has 2 cards in hand. More burn. Monstrous Rage, more damage. We're down to 5. This also could be a lightning strike. Maybe I should have found something to give haste to that Danitha because this doesn't feel safe at all. All right. Danitha comes down. Cloudsteel is going to be equipped to it. They have to remove the Danitha before wrapping up this game. Or the Cloudsteel for that matter, right? So, we can't lose the game, and our opponents can't win the game. And this is a flying first strike vigilance lifelink. We'll see if they can successfully remove this Danitha, and then we still have a great blocker after the fact too. So we might actually survive here. And then if Danitha survives, then we start pulling this back easily with that lifelink. They're gonna double down on the Danitha. We still have a terrific blocker though. We do, and then actually we could take the 3 and then try to... No. No, we should block. We should block. Trample gets through for 1. Yeah, if they found like a... If we let that go through and they find just another Play with Fire off the top or something, that would be brutal. Alright, Skrelv would have been great earlier, man. Like, I'm sure they would have burnt it away, but being able to protect that Danitha combo would have been awesome. Nice, okay. Cloudsteel comes down. We don't have the 5, but we're going to start swinging in. Rebel Salvo is only 2, and Seed of the Empire is only 1 because we have 2 legendaries down. I'm going to keep the Skrelv back as protection as well, instead of swinging with it. Hopefully we can equip that Cloudsteel to Kellan next turn with 5. That'll buff the Skrelv. That's interesting. Godric. That is a terrific target for either of these, honestly. Let's see what they end up doing here. You go for the swing. I guess Seed of the Empire would be better to use now, right? Since there's going to be other moments when they're not attacking it. Well, yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends. Actually, okay, we still have Skrelv open, which we're going to just keep Skrelv open with this 1 mana. We don't want to take 2 from the Skrelv's ability. So yeah, if I would have went Rebel Salvo last turn, then we also could have had Seed of the Empire open for this turn too. Which, I guess it doesn't matter too much because they have to remove the Kellan before we die. So, I guess we just take this, right? we consistently keep the Skrelv protection open. More mana. Eee. That's not what we like to see, guys. Skrelv needs to stay. Now, if they can find a way to remove the Skrelv and the Kellan on the same turn, then we're in a lot of trouble, but... Yeah, I feel like this could have gone a lot better than how it's going for both of us, honestly. I feel like Mono Red is having a bit of a slow experience over there. We're going to take 1 from the Wicked Roll, but I think it's still worth removing here. And we're not gonna perish regardless. They need to remove both of our creatures first. Okay, they pass it back. Woo! Witch's Mark, okay. Worth ditching the Rebel Salvo for a draw? Probably, I would say. Also, like the double strike on Kellan, there's like a good chance that Kellan can just wrap up this game this turn. Depending on what we see here. More mana, Cloudsteel, GG opponent. GG. I wasn't even going to full swing though because they could have had spot removal for the Skrelv and then we would have been in danger potentially for next turn. Like, yeah, we had 8 here, but... Well, maybe I would have risked the full swing because we could have played the Cloudsteel as a blocker. They still would have needed to remove the Skrelv and the Kellan. I don't know. I think I would have played the long game though. I would have just swung with Kellan because we were in a really good state as long as we protected our main pieces. So yeah, I think I would have played the long game there actually. More games. We're 33 minutes in, guys. We definitely have time for 1 or 2 more, depending on how long they are. Yeah, the whole Danitha Cloudsteel, it's too bad they doubled down early on there. Other words, that Danitha would have been gross. Maybe we need 3 Skrelvs in here, huh? That was a pretty key player. Alright, I guess we give this a shot. 25 land total. We don't have a turn 1, but I don't think this is a mulligan, you know? Rona, okay. Danitha, beautiful. Could pick up that Rona. Probably better stuff to pick up, though. We do have Kellan to find more, too. Okay, I'll pick up the Rona. That's fine. 2 mana card for a 2 mana card. And Rona helps them filter and everything, and it could help them filter a couple times when they play their other legendary for the turn. I feel like it's a decent target. Plaza, nothing. Wow, okay. Land would be good. I guess we'll go thinning out the deck here. Rabbit Battery to give the Danitha haste. How greedy do I want to get? Like, probably just Ossification number 2 to make sure we can pick up Sheoldred when it comes down or something. But Rebel Salvo does that too. But we don't have the 3rd mana for it yet, so... we might not need the 3rd mana. This turn looks like it's going to be a Hero's Heirloom turn. Rabbit Battery gets picked up by removal right away, right? So, but then we'll have a target for the Witch's Mark next turn if it does survive. Tough decisions. I'm going to go Battery, I guess, instead of Heirloom, because Heirloom is also a card that we could use with the Danitha. We still had Candletrap to give Defender, but nothing from the opponent that turn because of their tap land. 5th mana comes down, they're gonna pass. Oh boy. Skrelv, that would have been great last turn. Man, we're drawing. That's for sure. We're drawing. Okay. Let's consider the Witch's Mark to find the 3rd and then try to get the Skrelv down, right? Let's do that. We do that before the swing. Hopefully Wandering Emperor doesn't just exile the Rabbit Battery, but it very well could. Go ahead and discard one of the Hero's Heirlooms, because that could be the one that we pick up with the Danitha then. We did find the mana. That is great news, guys. Skrelv doesn't have haste or anything, so we swing first, and then we'll play the Skrelv. If Skrelv had haste, that would be wild, man. Then obviously we would play that before combat. Take 1 from the Wicked. Get the Skrelv down. We have the 4th mana for next turn, too. Now we're talking, guys. Very Mastermind. Oh, boy. Big turn from the opponent there, I'd say. 6th mana comes down. That's 3 Plaza of Heroes on this board. No Sheoldred yet, though. That's good news, man. Okay, there's our 5th mana when it comes time. Pick up that Very Mastermind. We could go Hero's Heirloom and equip it on the same turn. Could be Kellan. Maybe it's just like Kellan, keep the Skrelv ability open. I don't know if we want to go Candletrap onto a Fairy Mastermind, you know what I mean? Oh, make disappear. Oh, I don't know why I wasn't thinking about counter spells for that turn. Well, I guess we chill. I guess that's it. We do have Danitha next turn, and that's a make disappear that's not hitting our Danitha, so hopefully they don't have another one. Wow, the 4th Plaza of Heroes and no legendaries on the board. They only have 1 blue open then at that rate, right? So 5th mana. Here we go, guys. Here we go. They have 2 cards in hand. Let's see. Make disappear number 2 from the opponent. Let's see it. Is it gonna land? Oh, Urtai. That's a perfect counter for the Urtai. Yeah. Now we'll replace it. Luckily, and we do have 3 more Danithas in the build, but yeah, we're pretty stacked. We got a lot, and we were just sitting waiting for our 3rd mana for so many turns that now we just need to figure out a way to actually get around, you know, the value that, why can't I think of the name of this deck right now? What on earth is happening? This combination of legendary, you know how it generates a lot of value? Yeah, I can't think of the name of this deck, dude. What is wrong with me? We go up against it. Oh, Esper. Okay, oh, man, I just had to keep thinking. Esper Legends, yes, it generates a lot of value, so how do we keep up with it? I'm not really sure. They pile everything else onto this board. Okay, Plaza comes down. You can pick up Denic. Skrelv is going to be an issue, but not yet. Candletrap can go... Alright, so we start with Ossification and pick up... I guess the Denic is a good exile. We don't want them to have too much lifelink, and Urtai Resurrected isn't doing too much on the board now either. Oh, Plaza of Heroes. Yeah, well, they have 4 of those, so they might as well protect it. Yeah. You know what? I want that Denic gone. I don't want that there anymore. So we'll double down on it. And technically that lost them a land too. Candletrap on the Mastermind could be good, but they'll still have the ability, so I guess Urtai, because Skrelv can't block anyways. Nothing to protect with the Skrelv. We might as well swing on through, right? I hope I didn't miss any attacks with the Skrelv. I think that was the first turn where we had a successful swing without it being blocked, right? I think so. Oh, bounce the Urtai back to hand. Denic coming back from the grave. Okay, now we'll grab... They have the Skrelv open now. Oh no! Guys, we're in trouble, man. I was gonna say we'll grab the Ossification, but now we're gonna have to pick up the Skrelv. This was a mess. Because they'll have... Yeah, I'm putting it all on different basics too. For no particular reason. I guess you never know if they're gonna have a way to get rid of a land, but still. Yeah, we gotta pick up the Skrelv first, otherwise they just activate that ability. And we still have 3 open, so we'll go ahead and get the Kellan down. Right? Okay. Well, they have 5 in the air. No lifelink, luckily. Okay, we can't swing there. Oh, buddy, we're in trouble. They have that Urtai still, too, unfortunately. But at least we have Skrelv, but we don't want to really take the 2. So I guess they keep the Urtai for a counter. They counter something, and then we draw. That could be good, right? Right? Sheoldred. They find their Sheoldred finally. Okay. Alright, we draw. Restless Bivouac. Not terrific, guys. Not terrific. A lot of this extra land would have been great early on to consistently play things out. So, Kellan, we don't have any way to get lifelink. So, that's that, huh? They only have 3 mana, too, so we can successfully play everything out here. And attach all of it, too. So, that's pretty cool, at least. Kellan get a little buff. And a full swing would be fine. But, like, also, we'll just, like, do this instead, huh? That's pretty cool. Let's do it. There you go. We'll call a black for Sheoldred and swing for a 5/4 double strike. Trample too, but oh, and toxic because of the Skrelv. Hey, good game opponent. I don't know how I could have kept up pace there, but at some point in that game, there was probably a few decisions that I made that weren't optimal. Like, for example, letting them bring the Denic back. Because I wanted the Denic gone so bad, the exile off the Ossification got taken out by the Plaza of Heroes, and then the Rebel Salvo just sends it to the grave, it doesn't exile it. So if I would have started with Rebel Salvo, let them done the Plaza of Heroes on that, no, then it would have had hexproof because Ossification doesn't have instant speed. I guess they could have just kept their 2/3 Denic at that point, right? Right? 43 minutes in, guys. We're going to try to rush one more. Let's do this. Rush a match. And if it ends up going on for too long and it's leaning towards the opponent, then we'll go ahead and give it to them. Yeah, the deck is about as janky as I expected. And for the first time in a while, my expectations were correct. Usually it's like the exact opposite. But, you know, it's still a fun time. And Danitha's still just such a beautiful build around. So cool. Once you actually do get it out, it's awesome. I guess you still are like sweating the whole time because of how much removal's packed into standard, but yeah, we have a turn 1 Skrelv or turn 1 Rabbit Battery. I guess we'll go ahead and get that Skrelv down, so that way we'll have the ability next turn, potentially, to protect things. Glass Casket. Okay. We haven't seen too much Glass Casket, so we have to anticipate this being like an artifact build. Okay, Rabbit Battery. See, now we don't have the Skrelv protection open for like the battery, so we might not have the turn 3, which I don't even know if we'd want to go Draconic Destiny on turn 3 anyways, so. Oh no, is this gonna be 3 mana pass? Oh, the dreaded every time we see open blue. Okay. Well, I'd rather Draconic Destiny on something a little bit more fancy than a Rabbit Battery, you know? I think we just go for the swing. Them having 3 mana open too, I guess we could have, we could let them counter the Draconic Destiny, or we could have, but just keep the Rebel Salvo open for the turn. I think that is totally fine, and luckily they didn't have anything for that 3 mana, nothing to draw or anything like that, so. They're gonna pass it back with 4. Ugh. Wandering Emperor again? Maybe. Could be one of those builds. Before combat, we could go Astor. But I think it's after combat. Because if it's Wandering Emperor, they exile. Or at this point, they would just create a creature and then we'd have the Rebel Salvo open too. To, at the very least, protect the Rabbit Battery. Astor lands on this board. Let's see if we actually hit something with it this time. We sure do, guys. All right, let's get that Cloudsteel, huh? More like creatures is kind of good. Also, we have enough mana to just like play it and give it haste off the Rabbit Battery too, so. All right. 5 mana. Are they gonna pass again? I thought it was going to be maybe some kind of artifact build, seeing that the Glass Casket is being played, but they pass it back. Okay. Alrighty then. We'll go ahead and play a Plaza, keep the Crucible back because we might need it. We have what we need for Danitha. If we lose the Astor, then the Plazas are going to be relatively bad, huh? So let's use those Plazas to cast this down. What is it? What is it? Oh, that's not legendary. I'm being silly, guys. I'm being silly. So we can do it like this, I guess? That's fine, because we'll have the Sundown Pass at the very least for red for the Rebel Salvo, if they get rid of the Astor. Actually, maybe we should just give it haste. Okay, okay. Oh. The Astor's ability. I'm sorry, guys. Not seeing it till after the fact for this one sometimes. Now the Rebel Salvo is still 1 mana. Wandering Emperor. I suppose they want to exile... Well, either one would be great, huh? I'd say either one. Too bad we couldn't just, like, take that out. I mean, we can. We can take it out. Have 1 island open. Yeah, you know what? I just got the +1. It's not doing too much. Like, I look at the mana over here like, oh, we should probably do it now while they can't counterspell. But it's not doing too much. I don't know if it would be worth it. And they only have, like, the plus... They either -1 kill off their own Emperor, and it's just like a 2/2 creature. And that's exactly what they're gonna do. So I don't know if this would have been worth playing last turn, yeah. I think that's totally fine. My turn, huh? Okay. Wandering Emperor number 2 is a good chance. So we want to make sure we keep the Plaza's ability open. Plaza only protects legend. I don't know why I keep thinking Cloudsteel Kirin is legendary. The second time I'm doing this, man. Okay, let's get the red source down. Draconic Destiny. There's no way this thing survives, dude. There's no way. Oh no, my poor Cloudsteel. 5/4. It's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. We could go ahead and spend some mana to have it deal even more damage, too. Stroke of Midnight. Destroy target non-land permanent. Oh, we're going to get a 1/1 out of this deal. Oh, nice. Stroke of Midnight. That's not one that we see too often. At this point, I guess we keep the salvo open again instead of... No, we should reconfigure because of board wipes. We don't want to lose everything. So right now, the mana isn't lining up incredibly nicely. If I wouldn't have auto-tapped earlier, we could have used that Plaza for something else. They're going to Field of Ruin that Plaza, actually, which lets us grab a red source. That works out really nicely for us because now we'll have the Rebel Salvo. Yeah, since the legendaries aren't sticking on this board, the plazas end up being pretty bad, huh? Add 1 mana of any color among legendary permanents you control. So wait, why wasn't it spending that white source earlier? Am I missing something? Last casket number 2. What is this Rebel Salvo gonna do for us, man? I guess we take the 2. I don't know what this Rebel Salvo is going to do for us. Maybe take out another Wandering Emperor when it comes time, because now they have a creature to start plugging the plus onto, so it would be a good target, I suppose. More land! Oh my goodness! Well, Draconic Destiny. See, like, if we go like this, and then... There we go, there we go. A little bit better for what we're drawing and what we're seeing right now. See, they still have 4 mana as well. If we can find Danitha, then we can equip that Cloudsteel from the grave, which could be cool, but we don't have protection for it outside of the Plaza, so we would need a lot of extra mana. Could also go Crucible if we want to go wide like that, but... Okay, I'll activate this once and make sure that we have 3 in case they remove the battery. Because then this will cost 3. And we also have 3 for the Seat of the Empire then too, if we need it. Opponent's down to 12. I guess there's some hope, because Wandering Emperor number 2 didn't come down. What on earth are you? Look at the top 4 cards of your library. If this spell was bargained, look at the top 8 cards of your library. Oh my. Put 2 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. 4 mana. 8 cards. They got rid of a glass casket that wasn't doing anything for them anyways. That's really cool, opponent. That's nice. Okay, I see it now. I see why glass casket's in there, because it's an artifact that can be bargained away. I guess there's some enchantments that can do the same thing, so maybe they have all those enchantments packed in too. They go for the swing. They do. Same concept, dude. What do I do with this Rebel Salvo? I guess I'll just Seat of the Empire this 2/2. I guess so, right? Like, I don't know what else these things are doing, and then maybe we'll get the Crucible damage through next turn as well. Well, if... Danitha! Oh my goodness, Danitha! You've arrived! We'll have 2 mana left over. Okay, let's see what they do to this poor rabbit battery first. We could have given Danitha haste, but like, really, it's not going to be anything? Oh no. Extra damage. Well, I'm going to keep the 5 though, to make sure we can play that Danitha down. Oh, here it comes. Stroke of Midnight on the Draconic Destiny. Oh. Interesting. Still going to be 3 damage coming through, luckily. Getting that 1/1 seems pretty good. Alright, Danitha, let's see. Can you survive the turn? Let's find out. We're going to grab that Cloudsteel from the grave, and so if they wipe the board, we'll at the very least have a 3/2 flyer on this board. I'm going to skip the Crucible. Thank you, opponent. Dude, so many nices from the opponents today. Thank you. People like Danitha, right? I guess that's what we get from that. Oh, Memory Deluge. Man, I hope they didn't find a board wipe here, though. I'd be a little bit surprised if this deck doesn't have a board wipe ready. Sunfall. Still have 2 mana, but we got a 3/2 Cloudsteel Kirin on the board. It's got flying too, so it gets around the incubator. More mana! Oh no, guys. Okay. Well, I guess we go Crucible. Full swing, they power up incubator, we get 4 through. Still worth it. It's still worth it. Just to get that extra damage. Actually, we could just Rebel Salvo. I guess we might as well. We've been trying to figure out what else these things are going to do. Opponent's in danger. They're at 4, dude. They need another board wipe. Candy Trail, not a board wipe. That's a plus. Candy Trail also acting for the bargain on the far site and everything. Cool deck, opponent. Cool control build. They're gonna pass it back. Okay. The draws have not been terrific today, guys. We're gonna go for that swing. I don't think it's gonna make... I don't think it's gonna hit the mark, but we're gonna go for it. Now, like, attaching the Cloudsteel to a 1/1, it's not like it buffs the 1/1s or anything. Wow. This might connect. This might actually connect, guys. It does. The opponent's down to 2. We're going to keep that Plains in hand in case we find something that has us discard. There's no way we come out of this alive, right? Oh, far sight. We get our Skrelv back, dude. Let's go. We could always protect Skrelv with the Plaza of Heroes, too. Hexproof Indestructible doesn't get around the Sunfalls, though, huh? What a match, huh? All right, opponent. That's a beefy hand you got over there, buddy. What do you got for me? Sunfall. Wah, wah. We don't have another Crucible, but we do have hasty creatures in here. Well, nothing that can get around that incubator, though, right? Oh, Kellan. Kellan. What are you doing here, buddy? What do I want with this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have to pay 3 to play him. Plains in hand. This is a 4. This is a 4 power incubator. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, counterspell. No counterspell. All right, one more turn, guys. One more turn. Because it might take them a while to get there, and we're almost an hour into the video, too. Oh, Kellan was such a good draw, dude. We had a lot of potential there to win, right? Hero's Heirloom from the deck. The double strike. Trample. Aw, good game, opponent. We'll go ahead and give it to them, guys. They have 4 mana open. I do think it's leaning towards them now. We'll go ahead and give it to them because we're very late into the video. As much as I could just sit here and draw for the next 5 turns while we wait for them to get the damage through, right? I think that when they have that many cards in hand too, like if we see another Kellan off the top, then maybe we would have had a chance, but then what are the odds of it landing or sticking for that matter when there's that much removal and everything too, so... This was a fun time, guys. Very, very brutal games, I'd say, overall. I feel like we drew very poorly. That very well might be how I put the deck together. Definitely put this one on the do not craft list. I do think it is janky. Every time we visited Danitha, while it's been fun, it's always very hard to actually pull off a thing. And well, I shouldn't say it's hard. Because when you play Danitha and it lands, then it pretty much immediately does the thing for you, but then like actually having it stick around for a while, it's pretty tough. I think Kellan really breathes some life into this. Being able to search for whatever you want from your deck happens to be really good. The double strike is excellent, all that fancy goodness. Yeah, excellent card, dude. Rebel Salvo didn't do as much as I thought it would do today. I still think it's worth the 4 of, but I could see dropping down to 3 as well. I'd keep the 4 Ossifications. I'd still like the 1 Candletrap. Again, didn't do as much today as I thought. If you're dropping down to 3 salvos, I would go up that third Skrelv. Seemed essential, dude. Seemed absolutely essential. So 3 Skrelvs, yeah, that'll do a thing, right? I do like all 4 Kellans. I like all 4 Danithas. I like the one of Astor. I don't think, yeah, we don't want 2 of these. All 4 Cloudsteels to pair with that Danitha was awesome. Irencrag was really good. I'd consider 2 of these potentially as well. What would you drop for it? Guess that depends what you're actually seeing. If you flood out as much as I did today, then maybe dropping down to 24, but there's going to be, yeah, 24 would work if you go up the Irencrag for some ramp too, so. All right, guys. Hey, if you made it this far into the video, we breached that 1 hour mark today, so for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you. What would you add or take out? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.